So many of us women, we may not all have been loved correctly, but we can all experience to being hurt the same. And that's so unfortunate that if you sit and talk to a happily married woman, a lot of people may not be able to relate to her. I just want to align with people that have a healthy respect for other people's boundaries, even if I don't have mine in place. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm not forcing you to respect my boundaries, can you read the room to not overstep my boundaries? Yes. Are you the type of person that doesn't take advantage? Yeah. Because that concept of people do what you allow them to do, no, people do what is in their capacity to do. But this season, it's like, I just want to be left alone. Because I've allowed men to come and get so much of my energy, I've not given it as much to myself as need be. Mm-hmm. So this season is all about me. I have nothing to give them. I have nothing to give them.
Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Holistic Conversations. I'm your host, Brittany.
And I'm your host, Akila. And on Holistic Conversations, we are inspiring lives one conversation at a time.
We did that. Yo, how you feeling today?
I feel so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel amazing. Mm-hmm. I feel very grateful. How are you feeling?
I feel honored. I feel thankful. And I just feel alive and aligned. Boom.
Alive and aligned. I like that.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, y'all. So if you don't know about Kira, then you've been hiding under a rock. She's been viral all over social media. I mean, for her words. And you will realize how powerful your words is once we dive into this conversation. Mm-hmm. So today's guest has made a career out of naming the parts of us we hide. And doing so, it helps us breathe again, knowing that we are not alone. She's a Harlem-raised poet, author, and healer with words. Kyra, which one?
Kira.
It's Shakira, but I dropped the sh because when I tell people that, they start singing. You be like, oh, I'm on tonight. Okay. So I just be like,
that's a good way to remember Shakira.
Kira. Just drop the sh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kira J, she turns her pain into poetry, heartbreak into healing, and vulnerability into power. She's here to talk about the chapters we don't post, depression, the balancing act of motherhood, the tender power of femininity, and the courage to rebuild from the inside out. This isn't just a conversation. This is a mirror. And you might just see yourself in it. So help us in welcoming Kira J.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. This is my first interview as an Atlanta resident. So I'm excited.
Welcome to the place.
Thank you.
Welcome. So happy to have you here. It's an honor because you have such a powerful, potent voice. You know, I actually remember when I seen one of your videos, I was like, yo, shorty going in right now.
Got to put on for us.
Yes, and I really appreciate that. So, but let's take us back a little bit before the stages, before the viral videos. When did you first realize, kind of like when it was like, when did you first fall in love with hip hop? But when did you first realize that your voice could change a room?
I want to say it started with my words, right? Before I was a spoken word artist, I was a poet. There's two different things. Because if you write the poems, then you're a poet, but you're not a spoken word artist until you have the courage to get on stage. So I've always been a poet from the time I was like 9, and I would write poems. It wasn't until around like my 13th year, I wrote my first spoken word piece, and one of my teachers heard it. Shout out to Miss Carter. Miss Carter heard the poem, and she was like, nah, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go and have the whole district come and listen to you say these words out loud, because it's an impact that you have when you speak that is powerful on paper, but your voice is where the message comes in. So I want to say 9 is when I became a poet. 13 is when I became a spoken word artist.
Wow. Shout out to Miss Carter.
Shout out to Miss Carter.
Wow. Love that.
Did your writing start as a form of therapy, or where did the writing get rooted from?
Definitely. I was a very quiet child. My nickname in my family was Mute because I didn't talk much. I have a lot of older siblings who I would just rely on for a lot of the speaking on my behalf. If I needed something, I would tell them, and then they would tell everyone, Kira needs this, Kira needs that, right? That's baby stuff, right? So I never really had to speak. But the issue came in when you don't necessarily have to speak, then you could lose your voice. So throughout my teen years, I found power in speaking up for myself through my poetry and just expressing the things that I wasn't necessarily saying out loud by writing them down, for sure.
Wow. I love that. Wow, it's hard to even imagine you being a mute with
I know,
such a powerful
I
voice.
know.
And
This took a
especially
lot
the
of
way you go on
curating.
stage.
It took a lot of curating. I used to get on stage and shake. Let me tell you, I used to not be able to do shows because my best friend's a more social butterfly than I am. So I got this friend named Keisha. She can walk in a room of 1,000 people and just have a whole conversation. But I'm not like that. I want to stand behind and go, Keisha, can you say this? So when I first started, I would have to make sure she was at every show so she could introduce me to people, so she could be the voice on my behalf, because I had like anxiety with public speaking. So it's just kind of like the more I did it, the more comfortable I got with it, for sure.
Wow. Shout out to her too.
Yes.
Exactly. You need that circle of friends too.
Yes. Like, no, you're going to do this, you're going to do it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
How does she feel about where you're at now?
Oh, she loves it. I just had a show in LA that she was able to come to because she lives out in California now. So she was able to come, and just having her around definitely makes me revert back into that, okay, you're going to take over this role. But she got to see me as being the one to speak. Like, look at you. Like, I could stand here and play the cut, because in the beginning of this, I used to be standing behind, not being able to do as much. So it was amazing.
Wow, that really just reminded me of a moment of a friend saying, you know, what makes our friendship real? And I'm like, because I get to see your journey. I'm there with you from this point when you say, I want to do this, until years later, until you're accomplishing it. I think that's one of the most valuable experiences we can have in friendship.
We've been friends for 20 years now.
Oh, I love that.
20 years. September makes 20 years. That's crazy.
Wow. And for anybody out there that is like Kira in any way, don't be afraid to start scared.
Yes.
Is what I hear you saying. Like,
you have to, if you are an introverted little shy girl like me, you got to hang out with the extroverts, because they're going to push you out your comfort zone. They're going to make you go outside. They're going to make you talk to people. They're going to make you post. They're going to make you do things until you eventually become an ambivert, where you're able to do both. I'm able to do both a lot more now than I wasn't able to do back then. I was a full introvert. Like, I'm going to write my little thoughts and hide. But now it's like, if you meet me, you would think I'm an extrovert because I'm so comfortable in it now. But, you know, just having that balance of friends helps you get there.
did you have the support of your family?
Yeah. My family. I wouldn't be able to do this without my family. Like, when I first started, nobody knew who I was. So I would do things like, listen, I want to go to Jacob Javits Center and enter myself in Circle of Sisters. And my family was like, okay. And I was like, I got all of these books. Nobody knows who I am. I don't know how I'm going to sell it. At the time, I had 50 books. I've sold over 40,000 books now. But when I first started, 50 books seemed like, I don't know how I'm going to sell these 50 books. And I told my family, like, I want to sell these 50 books. I need y'all help. When I tell you, my family had T-shirts with my book cover on it, ran around Jacob Javits Center making sure every copy got sold, and we sold out on the 10th anniversary of Jacob Javits Center. I always remember that. Like, I see a lot of the videos when people say, like, you know, you got to do it even when you don't have support at home, or when you don't have the people root for you in your corner. And I'm like, dang, I can't relate, because my families were my first fans. Like, they don't play about me. I'm talking extended family too, not just siblings and parents. I'm talking cousins and aunties and uncles. Like, my family, if there was 50 people in the room when I got started, 49 of them was my relatives. They was gonna make sure that they was gonna fill a room until I got to the point where I could fill the room with fans. Early on, we were only filling the room with family, and I appreciate them for that, for sure.
Wow. That's powerful.
That really is.
Yes.
I love that for you.
So were you raised in, like, what's your siblings like? Are you in the middle? Are you the oldest?
I'm the baby girl. Okay. There's 5 of us. Then the boys are at the bookends, and the 3 girls are in the middle, and I'm the baby girl. So I still felt like I was the baby, because I have a baby brother, but he didn't come until 6 years after me, which was like a decade after some of my siblings. So growing up in my dynamic, I was always the baby until my baby brother came.
Oh,
yeah.
that's sweet.
And how is it for like your siblings watching you? And as it relates to even what they have going on in their life, do you all support each other?
Yeah.
Are you center stage in your family? Like, how's that dynamic?
Well, none of my family kind of does the whole entertainment thing.
Okay.
But I got one sister who's like in early childhood education and nursing, and I got another sister who's a therapist, and my brother's a chef and things like that. So we're able to be proud of each other in our own fields. And I think that it helps me out, like whatever attributes they have, because having a sister in early childhood education, whatever questions I got with motherhood, I'm like, hey, what do you think about da-da-da-da? Having a sister that's a therapist, when I wrote this book about mental health and I collaborated with therapists, she actually was able to contribute one of the essays to my latest book, The Side Effects of Heartbreak. So us doing different things definitely helps us come together and connected as well.
Wow, it sounds like y'all got a whole life, like, what is it? Like a life trio.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got the nurse, you got the teacher, you got the chef. All of these are major components in life.
Yes.
So, shout out to y'all.
Yes, come on. Powerhouse of a family.
Yes. My parents too, like, I'm very blessed. I always tweet that and post that often, like, it's such a blessing to come from the family I come from. 'Cause I can't even take credit for a lot of the things that I am or do or say. It's like, I was really raised with some good people. So shout out to them.
Do you ever go back and look at a time or look at any advice your parents have given you that still stick with you today?
Oh, for sure. My dad, one of my favorite, he has these quotes. Like, my dad always gives me and my siblings multiple quotes. But off the top of my head, one of my favorite quotes that he says that if you are the bomb, you never have to announce that you're the bomb, because the bomb is going to blow up in hidden places. You don't have to walk in a room and let everybody know that you're there. Get in a room and they're going to find out. So that helps me not try to do too much to be seen. Because even if you don't know who I am when I come, it's going to blow. Bombs blow up in hidden places is one of my favorite dad quotes.
Wow. Shout out to Dad.
Yeah. So with you being a writer, do you feel like there has been points of connection throughout your family? Like, oh, this is just in my lineage.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
My granddad was a poet. And I didn't know that really until after he passed. We got all of his notebooks and stuff, and I was like, what? Why did you never tell me he wrote all of this poetry? He would write pages and pages of poetry. So it's definitely in the bloodline. And recently I went to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C., and it's like different levels of Black history. In the bottom level, it starts at the slave ships where they actually have like wood from the slave ships. It's crazy. And it shows how before we had music, before we had film and photography or any other things, Black people, we were writing poetry to get ourselves out of things. Before we had the harmonies, we had the poems. And that's when I was like, oh, this is really just in our blood. Like, a lot of Black people don't realize it. That's why when we speak, sometimes it just sounds so eloquent and poetic, because our ancestors were all poets. Like, I believe every Black person is a poet or has some poetry in them. Everything we do is poetic. Even when we're not trying, like, we are all poets because we Black.
I agree with that. So how do you feel about that, knowing that that's something that is innate in us, and then knowing we're submerged in such an AI world where a lot of people are using AI to write for them?
Can't compete where you don't compare. It's not even remotely close to the creative mind of a human being. We've seen them try, but at best they can just mimic. I believe that AI should just be tools that we use to help us advance in areas. Like, I use my AI tools. I give it my creative ideas, and I'm like, hey, show me what this creative idea looks like. Like, do a mock-up of it or a render. But I'm never going to my AI and saying, give me ideas. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have your own ideas first and then take it to the AI for them to fix it. But I don't worry about it at all, because you'll be able to tell poems that come from a computer versus the soul of someone's experience. Like, what we doing out here is from my experience, and no one can take over that.
Nobody can write that for you.
Nobody can write that for you. Nobody can write your story for you. Nobody can say your words in your way or your cadence. Like, you'll be able to feel it and tell, like, this ain't that, for sure.
And that just goes to show that authenticity. matters. Like
It
your
does.
voice, your cadence, your rhythm, it makes you who you are. Why become mundane or like robotic in AI? Like just be yourself is one of the most powerful things. So, all right. And boom, you know what I want to talk about? As you were sitting here and we had your poetry playing, there were moments you were like, dang, I can't believe I said that. Right. So are there any pieces you regret when you listen back to it?
Absolutely no regrets because it's all part of my story. I believe that I love Lauryn Hill, right? And in the song "Doo Wop That Thing," she says, Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicaments. And it's not until that line do you realize, like, I'm not judging you. I'm trying to help you and teach you. And I can't help you and teach you things that I ain't been through or experienced. So it's the minute she said that line, you stopped feeling attacked a little bit and started going, okay, let me listen a little bit.
Yeah.
I think because of what I've been through and what I've done and the trail that I've blazed, I'm able to reach people in a different way because I'm not telling you something I ain't do. I'm not coming to you from a place of hierarchy, like, oh, I would never. No, I did, and I don't think you should do what I did. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. I did it so you don't have to. Like, because I have all of those pieces where I'm like, today, I could never. But that's going to help me when I'm now talking to the younger generation of women. That's going to help me with this influence that I have by accident. These girls telling me, like, I've been listening to you since I was in high school and this and that. And I'm like, oh, shit. But because I have so many of those old pieces, they're going to know that I'm not coming at them. I think a lot of the times when you're trying to help people or give them advice, they be leery of listening to you if they feel like you can't relate. There's no way you can listen to my old stuff and think I can't relate because I done did it all. I done did it all.
You know, they say like a lot of art is exaggerated life. How much of your art would you say is like an exaggeration, or is it like to the blueprint, to the T, that it was like your life? Or are you also telling other people's stories?
I've never told anyone else's story. What I've gotten better at with age, though, is telling different perspectives of the same story. So I could write about a relationship based on how I felt about it on Monday. And then if I write about that same relationship on Tuesday, as I've dove into another perspective, it might sound a little different, but it's all my story, just depending on which perspective I'm coming from. Because I've got pieces that I wrote about a guy where it's like, I feel so hurt that you did X, Y, Z, and then I write on mood, so I wrote that piece. And then I sleep on it. I wake up and go, okay, this is how I played a part in hurting that person as well. And then I wake up and write that piece. So it's all the same story, but sometimes it's just different perspectives of it.
I love that.
Do you also feel like telling a story about yourself and being vulnerable and putting all your vulnerability just out there for the world, do that make you more comfortable in yourself? So you can say, nobody else told my story. Nobody else can say that because I said it first.
Yeah, I feel like nobody can pull the cards that you lay on the table because I've laid it all out for you. What I will say is I've been learning about the 3 levels of happiness in this next transition, like as I'm getting older and getting more mature. You got the happiness that you want to share with the world. That's that first level. That's the one that's the most unprotected. Then you got the happiness that you want to share with your close friends and family. That's the things that you may not be posting on Instagram, but you calling your family and letting them know what's going on. And then that third level of happiness, that's that sacred happiness, I call it. There's the shared happiness, the family happiness, the public happiness, the shared happiness, and then that sacred happiness. That sacred happiness is the parts that you only go to God about. So in me sharing so much of my story, I'm learning about my sacred happiness. That there's things that I've only been keeping to myself as of lately. There's poems that I've written that I've never posted or performed because I needed to write it, but it didn't need to be heard. So I'm learning a lot about what needs to be shared and what needs to be sacred. So I think that's just where I'm at with it now.
I love that.
Yes.
Do you think that where would you say that's birthed from? Like that you saw that became necessary and important?
Sharing too much, you open yourself up to outside energy. Even if it's not outside conversation that can ruin something, when you share too much, people have the power to pray against what you're sharing. So I've just been learning that anything that's like extremely important, it must be kept sacred. It must be kept sacred. I don't want to, not saying I don't believe that if I share this, it would just fall apart, but I'm just at the season of saving some of me for myself.
Yes.
And because I signed up for this life doesn't mean that everybody in my life signed up for this life.
Yeah.
Some people are extremely private. And I don't want anybody to not want to deal with me because I'm a public figure, in a sense. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with her. She going to do this. She going to do that. And it's like, no, I will respect your privacy. So as I'm getting older and realizing, like, a lot of men or friends or whatever, a lot of people are very private. And I just have to respect that as well for them.
So because of that, did you run into that before where somebody felt...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When I was younger, in my 20s, my relationships were content. We have an argument, it became a thread. We have a falling out, you're going to see it on live or on Twitter or on a poem. And the men were just kind of like, this isn't working for me. How are we going to fix things in our house if 100,000 people is in our house with us? And then they weighing in on things that we can't fully unpack with each other because, I found myself realizing that a lot of these men were just my muse. And once I found myself going, okay, this relationship is not going to work out, but I'm going to keep dating him because I know I can write a great piece about this. I was like, Kara, you got to get it together. If you can't be my man, you could be my muse. If we can't be a couple, then you can be my content. And then I started using them. And then even though the pieces were real, a lot of my emotions weren't in it. So that's when I wrote the poem Toxic, like, attachment issues like crazy. I be trying to work it out because I be crying over men that I don't give a fuck about. Like, I started realizing I'm dating y'all. I don't even care about y'all. I'm just here. So I had to step back from going, okay, I don't need to write about this relationship. I need to be in it. Like, be in it and not try to make art out of it, Kara.
How do you feel about that, Brittany? Do you feel like there's ever been aspects of yourself that you were utilizing somebody else for?
Yes, but more in the nurturing aspect. Like, I enjoy hugs and kisses, so it's kind of like love, affection. So when I do feel like I'm depleted of that or I haven't had that, I can can I get a hug? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up? So I would say yes in that aspect for sure. What about you?
That's a good question. I would say in grief, I have, where it was, and even I actively knowing, like, I'm just pleasure seeking right now, and I know that if I was balanced and stable, I wouldn't even.
You wouldn't even be here.
You would not even be. I wouldn't be talking to you. I wouldn't be texting you. None of that. So, I think it's very important to hold that level of accountability and see yourself in that level of depth and be like, I
was just doing shit.
I've
made posts where I've had to tell men, like, stop telling people that we used to deal with each other if I only dealt with you because I was going through something. Don't come telling nobody. At my higher self, you would not exist.
You like, nope, that didn't count.
That didn't count. I was in a depressive episode. I would not talk to you if my chemicals was balanced. That was not me. That was my alcoholic spiral. Don't come telling nobody that you had some time with me. I'm not acknowledging you sober. It did not happen. It did not happen.
Right. Well, but I do want to dive into this aspect of toxic love, right? That's real. That's where, like you say, a lot of relatability can come from because we have been programmed to believe love looks like toxicity, right? So break down some of your old toxic behaviors because, you evolved and you grew out of that. So what were some of your toxic ways?
I want to say my number one toxic way is...
Or was.
There we
go.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I've changed. Clutch and furl. I used to be very hypersexual. And if a man could not sexually satisfy me, then we kind of had nothing to build on or talk about. My sexuality and my orgasms had to come before whatever the fuck else you needed. I was that person. And then they would be so confused because they like, you seem to be so loving and so kind. I'm like, yeah, pull it out. I was bad. A lot of men had told me that they felt very discarded. They felt like if they could not sexually perform for me, then they didn't matter. And I would be like, because you don't. Like, I was in a dark place. But I think that was my number one toxic thing. I've been told by men that I'm manipulative and controlling. Not in a way of like, do what I say before I beat you up, but kind of like in a way like, I want to be in this relationship with you. So I'm going to start manipulating the situation in my favor and doing things that kind of guide you in this direction. And you're up against a deadline that you don't know about because I got 90 days with you. Since I was 29, I haven't dated a man longer than 90 days. And I put them on deadlines. But this is toxic, Kira, right? I will put them on this deadline because I feel like it don't take more than 90 days to know if I want to build with you or not. And once we start getting to that like 60, 75, I'm like, I don't think this gonna work. Let me just go. So I have a very get up and go mentality when it comes to relationship.
Where do you think that's rooted from?
Wasting time. That comes from wasting time. I gave one ex 10 years. Didn't get nothing out of it, except for my daughter. You know, she's amazing. Yeah. I gave another man about 2 years to figure it out, right? Okay, we don't have to be official just yet because I was in an official relationship and it didn't work out. So we can date and see where this goes. I gave him 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, still couldn't figure it out. Still wound up choosing somebody else that he told me not to worry about. And I told myself from that day forward, we're not going to waste any more time. We got to date for 3 months before a man give you his intentions. I'm not about to do 2-3 years in your face and this is not working. Because if you let a man waste your time, they will. I once loved a man so much, I gave him time. Wow. I gave him time.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? That's one of the most powerful things that we don't even realize when we give these men. We talk about how we give them our bodies. We talk about how we give them our love, our support, and our nurture. We give them time that we don't get back. So I can't waste my time. I can't waste my time on nobody else.
Wow, those valuable things we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is very powerful of you to recognize that and to say, okay, this is where it's rooted from. Let me change this and let me reevaluate myself and how I want to move forward in relationships. Because ideally, do you desire a husband? Like, what is your long-term visions for a relationship?
You know what's crazy? For my entire life, I've always had this vision of a husband, right? I want the husband who's this, who's that. And God would always show me these flashes. Like, I'll tell you nothing about your husband, but he's sure about you. And he loves you and he doesn't make you question yourself. But recently, I have been just praying for God to keep me isolated. I think I need some deep isolation. I think I need men to stop flirting with me. I think I need them to leave me alone. I just want to focus on my work, my mental health, my career. And I've never been in this season before. Because even when I did a year of celibacy from 2023 to 2024, even when I was in my season of celibacy, I was celibate knowing, okay, when this ends, I'm going to start dating and I'm going to find this man and all of these things, right? I'm going to have my focus up and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. But this season, it's like, I just want to be left alone. If there's no husband, I would have so much joy in that. And I've never said that. But I genuinely feel like I just want to be by myself for the foreseeable future. And it's beautiful to be only 33. Yeah. Because even if I take a few years, it's like, okay, I got time, you know, I'm still in my prime. I could get back on the market when I'm closer to 40, but I just think like for the foreseeable future, I just need to be left alone. There's no husband plans. There's no dating goals. There's just Kira, her mental health, her career. You're about to see me doing so much amazing things in my career because I've allowed men to come and get so much of my energy, I've not given it as much to myself as need be. So this season is all about me. I have nothing to give them. I have nothing to give them.
Okay, shoulder.
Right, it's like, you gotta say that, put your chest out with it. That's powerful. I would say I'm in a similar season. I realized, and you know, it's so interesting when I do listen to your poetry. Make sure y'all check her out, Kira J on YouTube. Just search, Google her. You feel me? But when I listen to some of your poetry, I'm like, wow, I see aspects of me. even like right now and today, where I'm realizing that there are some men that I genuinely like connect with. It's very authentic. But then once I dive deeper into the truth, because sometimes we could be delusional. We can be like, okay, well, even though he said this, I can kind of, just get to know me, be around me. You'll
see.
Want me. You'll see.
I can change him.
your way.
Which
change
Kara
your
era
mind.
are you in, though? Because there's different Kara eras, right?
Okay.
There's the toxic Kara era. There's the lover girl Kara. There's the bitter Kara, heartbroken Kara. And then we're in Ascension Kara right now. Ascension Kara has just been all about therapy, eating right, not centering men, decentering them from our lives, and aligned love instead of loving from wounds, like that season, or just no men at all. Like it's levels to it.
Yeah.
Because I've done shows recently where women are like, man, I love your new stuff, but I'm in toxic Kara era, so I can't relate. And I say, I appreciate that vulnerability. I don't have it to give you because I can't relate to toxic Kara anymore.
You gotta replay it.
You just gotta go listen to it. Go listen to it. It's there.
It's enough.
She's
enough,
important.
big enough
All of
catalog.
the journeys are important. I gave you enough of it, but I'm done. I got some books for you.
Yeah.
But this season is a very different Kara era. That's why I was like, clutch as pearls, those poems.
Yes. And I think overall it's important to recognize that for me and for the audience watching, like, don't be in delusion. Be in the truth. The truth will save you. And even when you do get the truth, because I was like, okay, I'm out of delusion. I'm going to be out of my fantasy. This person is telling me their truth. And it's like, well, I'm just thankful they're telling me their truth so I can decide. Now I got the power to decide what I want to do, but it's still not what I want to do. So don't entertain it even though you got the truth. So I would encourage everybody out there, if you're somewhat similar to me, just focus on yourself. Like, I literally sent out a text the other day, like, hey, I'm sorry, but I need to focus on myself. I want to love this more like balanced or reciprocal and things like that. So,
Amen.
yeah.
I feel that. I definitely spent 2 years to myself completely. No dating, no texting, no nothing, no apps. I said it what the young kids do. It's like, what are these young kids doing these days? But and I feel like it's just necessary. Not about in the space of just being single and I'm not messing with a man, or it's not even about them. It's like, literally, do I know myself to the capacity that at which I can share myself with somebody else and not lose myself. And when you spend time by yourself, you really start to understand your needs, how you move day to day, what you like, what you don't like, what makes you laugh, what makes you feel calm and at peace. You know, if you don't have a space of isolation for yourself, you miss all of those things, and stuff that you think was you was really that person that you was with, or the performance that you had with somebody else. Especially for, I feel like us here, we're conditioned in a very deep way to appease other people. You know, we're either appeasing another or somebody is trying to, control and manipulate us. And it's like, in that space by yourself, it's, you like wake up to you. It's like, oh, I have needs, I have desires, I have things that I need to be doing, I have things that I'm passionate about. Like, wow, that was taking up so much of my energy, so much of my thoughts, so much of my behavior. And it's like, you get to flush yourself from all the other energies, and it's so liberating.
It is.
And then it's like you start to choose from a much more truer space and more selective. And you're not looking at it as like, I'm being picky, but it's like, no, my energy is very specific for certain types of other energies. And where I'm going on my path is very specific, and this cannot be altered in any impactful way. Like, every choice matters. Every ripple can have such a big effect on my life that it's like, this is an important decision, whoever I decide to be with, whoever I'm in my vicinity, period. Not just a man, but like friendships.
Yes.
Work related stuff as well. Like, just everything, all the pieces to your puzzle, like, really do matter. But you can't really select consciously until you know you and understand how you say, like, being with God and understand your design and the map that God has laid out for you. You can't be in contact with that if you so flush with everybody else.
Amen.
So
I have to say, though, social media would tell you, date them all.
Oh, yeah.
and let the best man win. And
Date them all and see, no, even with self-discovery. When you date other people, you can learn about what you like, what you don't. Oh, I like when he opened my door. Okay, I like when he led this way. Or I didn't like when he, you get what I'm saying? So you're able to self-discover, but I think the best way to learn about yourself is isolation.
And I think as women, so much of our self-discovery is always tied into the type of man we like. So much of our self-discovery is into what do I like in a relationship. It's like, remove the relationship altogether to get to self. Self is self.
that's it.
We be trying to date and go through these relationships to find out what we like. Like she said, who are you? Who are you first?
No,
like,
seriously.
so yeah, I'm in a season where it's like, I have not been on a date since 2023. And I'm like, man, don't nobody come talking to me until at least end of 26, 27. I don't have a desire. And I think that I tried to rush myself to get out of my season of isolation because I just thought it was time. I'm like, a year? Man, it's been a year? I ain't got no dick. Coming from being hypersexual to no sex at all? Like, what is happening? I got to get me some.
Yeah.
And then I got back out there. I'm like, this is why I left. I'm not missing nothing. I don't like y'all.
But that's a big thing too, because I do feel like when you have sexual discipline, you are way more observant about where you spend your energy. You know, it's like if you in the space of temptation and desire, it literally kind of lowers your vibration because you putting all that focus down here rather than up here. And so you're not really connecting with people that are really for you. You're just connecting on a base level, leaving you more prone to heartbreak and hurt and all of that. So it's like when you can, because I was going to say, there is relational learning. We have to have relational learning, right? And then there is the learning that we're having just being in solitude. Both have very pronounced impacts in our life.
Yes.
But it's like you can still relationally learn without sleeping with somebody, but also more importantly, without merging yourself with somebody. You know, it's like I could be in this space with masculine energy and learn from them, or, you know, be around my sisters and learn from them. And they still have the same impact if I was in a romantic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still in this space where I'm seeing where I end and somebody else begins, and vice versa. And that could be very great for your exploration.
Yeah, for sure. Platonic intimacy is the cheat code to loving men without that letdown of how much things they've done wrong to break your heart. If it wasn't for my male friends, I'd probably hate the whole male species. If I had to only go with what I've known from my dating life, then I would probably have very little to say good about them. But because I am loved so much platonically, it's like, you know what, y'all all right.
Y'all like,
Y'all all right.
Yeah. And with all of that, I have a question for the group. How do you start setting boundaries so you're merging into this new person to saying, okay, I want to stop this? So how do you create boundaries around yourself to make sure you're not going back to those old habits and to make sure other people not, taking advantage of you?
I've been in therapy, and one thing I've been learning about is being confrontational. As someone who grew up as the baby of my family, it kind of left me in a space of not speaking up for myself. Like, my siblings is going to say it. I don't got to say nothing. But when you become an adult, it's like, no, you have to be confrontational. I can't call this one to tell that one to relay the message for me. So for me, boundary setting has looked like confronting the issues straight up, because I'm one of those people that if it's a minor boundary, then we could just have this conversation. Hey, I don't like when you did that. Please don't do that again. But sometimes people go over. And at this season of my life, I've been making a lot of cuts, right? Because I question, I need to be stronger to make sure that you don't go over. But I also need to make sure that I'm not aligning with the type of people that want to go over. And I don't even judge it by if my boundaries are weak. I judge it by if you're willing to cross this line. So it's less about making sure you don't do this thing to me and more about why are you even capable of doing that thing. I'm holding people to standards now where it's like, do I even need to have a conversation with you about doing this to me? I don't want you to do this to anybody. I don't want you to be that type of person. So I've been making a lot of cuts. It's like I made a quote one time where I said, people always tell me like men take advantage of me because I don't turn up on them and I need to raise hell and do all of the things that I'm like, no, I don't need to be with the type of man that's not going to turn up because I'm cursing him out or I'm going crazy. I need to be with the type of man that doesn't want to do things that make me turn up. Like, I want to be with the type of people that make me not want to push that button. So when it comes to the boundary talk, to bring it back to that, I just want to align with people that have a healthy respect for other people's boundaries, even if I don't have mine in place. Even if I'm not forcing you to respect my boundaries, can you read the room to not overstep my boundaries? Yes. Are you the type of person that doesn't take advantage? Yeah. Because that concept of people do what you allow them to do, no, people do what is in their capacity to do. Even if you allow me to treat you bad, I'm not going to treat you bad because I don't treat people bad.
That's right.
So even if you allow me to overstep your boundaries, I'm not going to overstep them because I don't overstep people's boundaries. That's my character. I've been making these cuts because whether you have your boundaries in control or not, just know that I have mine in control and I'm not going to overstep it or take advantage even if you don't have it. That's what users say. Well, I'm going to do what you allow. No, you're going to do what's in your nature to do. You're just a horrible person.
You're just revealing yourself.
Yeah, you're just revealing yourself. So when it comes to boundaries, I'm standing firm. I'm having the confrontations, but I'm also making cuts on anybody that looks like they want to overstep them.
Yes. That's a mic drop right there. First of all, let's just let the atmosphere take that in. Because, wow. That's it right there. I seen the other day one of my friends was writing. She's sick of seeing people talk about boundaries this, boundaries that. And she was like, let's just reframe the wording. And I really like what she said. It's like, no, I'm prioritizing. And it goes into what you're saying. I'm prioritizing people that are able to read the room. I'm prioritizing people that want to be in reciprocal love. I'm prioritizing people that have something within themselves that they feel ambition and passionate about. So therefore, they're not leeching off of me or anything that I'm doing. I'm prioritizing people that know themselves. I'm prioritizing, like, reframing it in that direction is where I'm at. Because I literally sat and was like, wow, why do I have to say certain things multiple times?
At this age, too.
You know what I'm saying?
That boundary conversation, that's the youngins when we growing up and we figuring it out. At this big age. Right. I shouldn't even have to tell you that's inappropriate. Exactly. I'm big on that. Watch what they want to do so you could see what they rather do. That's one of my favorite quotes because I need to know if this is what you want. Whether you think I'm okay with it or not, is it in your nature to do that? Exactly. I want you to be who you naturally are. Yes. I don't want you to be a good person to me. I want you to be a good person.
Period.
When it comes to like dating even, I don't want a man that's a good man to me. I want a man that's a good man for himself. And then I reap the benefits of him being a good man. Because all of that, what they did with everybody else, that's still who they are. And eventually that they're going to get tired of pretending to be that for you.
Exactly.
You have to watch how people are with everybody.
Yes.
I want to see how your boundaries, how your moral code, how your behavior is with everybody, not just of how it affects me. Because then when something happens to you when it comes to that person, you can't get the complaining if you watch them do it to everybody else.
Me acting real surprised. Like, oh my God.
I thought I was different. No. I got a rule, right? I had a friend group fallout, right? And I watched this friend be conniving and petty and childish and very Regina George Mean Girls. And I was friends with this person. And I watched him do it to people for years, and I was friends with this person. They didn't do nothing to me, though. So then when it was my turn, right, when I got to be on the receiving end of the behavior that I witnessed, the petty, the conniving, the catty, the Regina George, I got to take that L in silence. I don't get to go complain to nobody if I sat up there and watched who you are to everyone else. And after that experience, it taught me about integrity.
Yes.
I didn't have any integrity with the type of people that I dealt with before because I was always focused on how was that person to me. And I think that we have this saying too much. Well, if I'm not going to let what anybody else said or watch what you did with anybody else deter how I feel about you. It's how you are with me that matters. No, baby. You got to have some integrity to watch how they do other people as well.
Yes.
Because eventually, what they've done to everybody else, they're going to do to you.
100%.
I had no
100%.
integrity with the people that I was around. As long as they was good to me, we was cool. And then eventually I'm like, man, I got to stop just, I got to be mindful of how you've been with everyone else in order for you to come around me.
Yes.
Dang. I'm like trying to rephrase my answer. Hold on. Let me see what I can give here. I understand everything that y'all are saying for sure. And I think for me with boundary setting, I'm learning to just let it go sooner than later. So when I hear a red flag, like, I went on a date with a guy and he was like, I was like, yeah, how many dates you been on this year? He said 2. I'm like, okay, what happened? He was like, yeah, one girl, her breast stinks. So I just stopped dating her. So I'm like, dang, okay, did you tell her? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I ain't tell her. She probably had something. I'm like, okay, cool. Heard that. What happened to the second woman? Well, at some point she just started blowing my phone up. So I just cut her. I ghosted her. So I'm like, I ain't like that. So I'm like, okay, I just kept it in my head as, you tally it up. So in that moment, I knew that, okay, this is not even the type of person that I would want to deal with or continue to date because of these red flags. But me being me, like, give them some grace,
That word is going to take us to the ground.
Come on.
Black women love grace.
We at the movies, and next thing you know, I'm watching, and I don't even watch scary movies. But I went to go see a scary movie. And then he went to the bathroom a couple of times. I'm like, okay, he keep getting up, going to the bathroom. Next thing you know, I'm like, it's been 15 minutes. Where he at? Movie over. Still never came back. I'm like, dang, did I just get ghosted?
On the date?
On the date. And I'm like, was my breath stinking? what was going on? But he did come around, tell me he had an emergency, and I just didn't like the way he handled that situation. And after that, I was like, yeah, cut it off. Sorry, can't do this anymore. Because he did leave his jacket. I'm like, okay, he left his jacket, so maybe it was an emergency. But at the end of the day, it was like I was at the movies. You could have came and said, hey, I got an emergency. I got to go.
And if it was that running emergency, text as you're running. Text as you're running. I'm so sorry. Something came up. I got to run.
Like, call. Why you getting in the car? Why you driving?
Yeah, wherever you going. And the process of the back and forth. At some point, I could have got 30 seconds.
Come on.
Listen.
So at that point, I realized, like, okay, Brittany, do you want to give this person a second chance because they explained what happened? Or are you going to value yourself enough to know that this isn't what I want? So I chose me. So that's my boundary. Choose yourself.
Shout out to you. And one thing I am learning as a woman who has been going through my season of evolution and evolving, just because someone comes to you with the explanation does not mean that you have to take them back. Because I've gone to many of people with the apologies and the change behaviors and this is why that happened. And they're like, okay, I appreciate you telling me, but I want nothing to do with you. So in his case, thank you for letting me know, but this does not warrant you a second chance as well. And that's powerful to understand for those of us that are the person that has done the ghosting or the person that has done the bad communication. I've been on both sides of it. So it's like, I don't want people to think that if I come and I explain myself, that gives me the way in. Like, no, thanks for your explanation, but no.
Wow, that's powerful. Ooh, we are juicy in it, and this is the perfect time to take our health break. Okay, so every episode we take a health break where we let the people know about our business ventures and then also introducing you to my business I have called Herb and Flow. I manufacture health food products, and I have a gift for you. Oh. And I have a shot for all of us. Who's down?
I'm down.
Shots. Okay. So this is the shot we're going to be taking. It's a soursop bitter. Are you familiar?
I've been to Jamaica.
There we go. So this soursop bitter is really good for inflammation, joint pain, cleansing the blood, and providing your mind with mental clarity. So we use herbs like neem, turmeric, ginger, bladderwrack, sarsaparilla, ashwagandha, all of the good things we need. So we're going to take a shot.
Okay.
I must say that it does have a little spice to it. Are you spicy?
I'm down with it.
Okay, cool. So we do have, it's cayenne in here, it's ginger, and there's black pepper.
Girl, she said a little spice. Them 3 spices right there. Each and every one of them things is spicy.
Yes.
Nice little kick.
It's good. Get your circulation going.
Okay.
Boom. So we're going to take a shot. We're going to cheers
It smells
to our
amazing.
health.
There's cinnamon in this too.
It is some cinnamon in there. Cheers to our health, our well-being, and our evolution.
Whew.
Let it settle.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's in there. It's in there. You go feel it. You go feel it go down. So the other beautiful thing too, I wanted to give you to take home. Now that you're in Atlanta, you know, might need some more energy, some more digestive health. This right here is our 102 capsules. So you have sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root in there.
Amazing.
So yes, take about 2 or 3 a day, first thing in the morning, and you're gonna feel it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
I
you.
definitely needed this.
And then for anyone out there that's like, oh, I want to try that, you can find all of our products at Herb and Flow, HERB, the letter N, flow.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really good.
Thank you.
My tongue became present. And as you guys know, I'm Akila McQueen, owner of Supreme Essence, where we provide sacred experiences for the evolution of consciousness through retreats, through one-to-one coaching, through sacred arts certification programs. And I am a teacher at heart. I am just here to help initiate soul-led leaders into their purpose and discover themselves. And I am just grateful, honestly, to be on this path. So if you're looking for a space to revolutionize the way that you think, activate your heart, and connect deeper with your soul, you can check us out at supremeessencepfw.com. Again, supremeessencepfw.com.
Yes.
Amazing.
And Kira.
My name is Kara J by way of New York City, but I'm typically all over the country now. So you can find me in any city. I am creative. I write poetry. I raise humans. And lately I've been focusing on leading people to therapy and leading them to closer to God. Mm-hmm. So if you choose to follow me, you're going to take your mental health a lot more serious, and you're going to take your spiritual health as serious as well. And I believe that once you get your mental under control and once you get your prayer regimen down, there's no way that you won't find the importance of taking care of your vessel and your body. Mm-hmm. So we start here, we go here, and then we get this together after that.
That's right.
Awesome. Now with that soursop tonic, y'all feel the spice, and it is time for our hot seat.
Come on, hot seat questions.
Ooh.
This is a round where we just ask you some like spicy, entertaining, fun questions.
Let's do this.
So how did it feel when you first went viral?
I was shocked because this is before we even had a word for it, right? I got 3 million views in a day. That's big today. But picture this 2015. First time I went viral was 2015. I want to say shock was the very first emotion because I was like, what? And then immediately I felt regret. One, because I got a lot of backlash. The very first poem I went viral for was about bashing men. And, So a lot of people were celebrating it and a lot of people were angry by it. And then I started getting attacked for my image. So then I was like, maybe I could have did my hair differently, my makeup, my outfit. So I immediately started becoming self-conscious. It was like 24 hours of so many different emotions that a young 23-year-old trying to process this at the time was a lot. So I want to say shock, regret, and insecure were my first three emotions going viral. I didn't have a chance to feel proud in the beginning.
Love poems or heartbreak poems, which ones makes you the most money?
Heartbreak poems. Heartbreak poems do numbers. They do numbers because so many of us women, we may not all have been loved correctly, but we can all experience to being hurt the same. And that's so unfortunate that if you sit and talk to a happily married woman, a lot of people might not be able to relate to her. But if you sit and you talk to someone who's been hurt and torn down, then way more people can relate to her. So I think the heartbreak poetry just touches women deeper because that's where we can relate more. We haven't all experienced being loved right. I enjoy writing love poems more, but the heartbreak poems is what do the numbers. I don't even do heartbreak poems on my tour anymore. But yeah, definitely the heartbreak.
What's something you wish people understood with perceived overnight success?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as overnight success. There's only a such thing as you just finding out about a person. I want you to understand that anybody that you perceive to have overnight success, all it means is that you just found out about that person because it takes 10,000 hours. It takes the 10,000 hours of putting the work in, putting the time in to get to the beginning of where you want to go. I'm not even where I want to be yet. I'm at, say on my IG page, I'm at 300,000 followers. There's going to be a time where there's 3 million followers. And those 3 million followers are going to swear I just got there. And I've been doing this for 20 years. It's never somebody just getting started. It's only you just catching on.
That's real.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you believe women settle out of love, loneliness, or fear?
I've seen women get into relationships out of love, loneliness, and fear, but I don't see them settling because eventually they leave. Even if you try it, there's something in your body that rejects it. I've seen women for a time say, I'm lonely, this is what I want. I'm scared to be by myself, this is what I want. But eventually that ends. Eventually that lens comes off. So I've been seeing a lot of women choosing to stay alone because they don't want to settle out of those three things. I've seen a lot more women choose to stay alone because they want someone who loves them as they love themselves. They want someone whose company they enjoy. So I've been seeing a lot less women settle and choose intentional singleness in our generation, at least.
Yeah.
What do you think is the reason that men and women are not having as much successful relationships?
Comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I believe that social media plays a role in this, right? You have an argument with your man. You go online and you post details of that argument. Next thing you know, you in a toxic relationship because you had an argument. Like your relationship ain't never supposed to have arguments. We compare what relationships look like on TV to what they look like in the real world. We compare what relationships look like with celebrities to what they look like in our actual homes. The comparison is killing us. Until you can look at your love story and ask God if this is the love story that he has for you, then everything else you're going to be doing is doing it wrong. I think that as much as we constantly compare what we're doing, it's never going to work. I think the comparison is killing us for sure.
Do you believe men or women love more authentically?
In my opinion, I've seen women love more authentically because love is an emotion. I've seen women love men that can't do shit for them. I've seen women love men that they don't even find physically attractive. I've seen women operate just off of that pure emotion of I love this person. I've not seen a man choose someone that's not their type. Men go with their eyes first. I've not seen a man choose a woman that they feel like can't provide them with a sense of peace or what is she adding to my life? Men love from a place of their own benefit. If this is going to make me feel good and this is going to make me happy, then I'm going to choose to love this. Women have loved men that are making them miserable. Just like, this man ain't even making you smile, girl, and you're still choosing him, girl. You love him from a realer place than I ever want to know. So from what I've witnessed women love more authentically just because love is the feeling. And it's not smart to do so. But when we talk about the feeling of love, that emotion of love, women love more from their emotion and men love more from their logic.
What do you feel is a truth you learned about love in the hard way?
A truth I've learned about love the hard way is you can't earn it. You cannot earn it. You cannot earn it. I spent years trying to earn love. And if somebody don't love you, they just don't love you. There's nothing you can do to earn somebody's love. Love is a natural thing. You can't perform for the love. You can't acts of service yourself for the love. You can't show up and lay everything on the table for the love. You can't be desperate for the love. You can't fight for the love. You cannot earn love. And it's either somebody loves you or they don't. So I think that's one of the hardest truths I've had to learn of years of trying to earn love. You can't. There's nothing you can do to make somebody love you that don't love you. You cannot.
Yeah. And speaking of love and the type of relationships we have, being a mother is one of the most, I would say, truest forms of love that one could ever imagine.
It is.
How's motherhood for you?
It's the greatest thing in the world. It's the best thing I've ever done with my life. I've struggled with it as a single mom. You know, there's being a mom and then there's being a single mom. So I've struggled with it as a single mom, but I want to say I'm happy I did do it in my 20s because I've been able to maneuver through my 30s and think about myself and my career and my goals without my biological clock ticking. She's been able to be along with me for the journey. I do want more children. If it doesn't happen, so be it. But yeah, I think motherhood is just, oh man. I see women say how they lost their identity in motherhood, right? They don't know how to show up for themselves and they're depressed, they're losing this and they're losing that. And I genuinely feel for them because motherhood helped me find my identity. I didn't necessarily have much of anything going on prior to her. Like, I mean, I was an author and I was doing this and that, but I was so depressed. I felt like I didn't have a sense of purpose or much to live for. Constant, what am I here for? Thoughts. And it's like, once I became a mom, I never asked myself that question again. I'm like, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to guide. I'm here to show. I'm here to carry you through this world. And we had such a beautiful conversation last night. But yeah, motherhood it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
What about you? What does motherhood mean to you?
I'm like seeing all my babies' faces right now. I'm like, yeah. Just pinching all their cheeks in my head.
Yes.
Because for real, I love being a mom. I just, man, I never knew how much they would change my life before they came. And when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was like, wow. God is giving me something to care for.
Yes.
And I just wanted to do it the best I could do. You know, I feel like there was a period of time where all I was thinking about was being a mom. And I wasn't necessarily too focused on, let me have like my own little social life. But I never feel like I lost sight of where I was going and what I was here to do. Like any moment of trying to give up well, I don't really even have that. But if there was, I have my days where I'm like, I'm tired. You feel me? I'm tired. But it's like, it's them for
it's
me.
so different.
You know what I'm saying? It's them for me. So
and one thing I can say, motherhood enacts a different type of self-love in you. Because the things that I settled for in relationships prior to becoming a mother, now I be like, my daughter can never see me settle for this.
Yes.
I'm being super mindful that I'm showing somebody something. Even though I've been single since I've had her and I've not been able to yet show her what it's like to have a man love me correctly, I've never let her see what it's like to have a man lie, manipulate, cheat, disrespect me. Because the minute you get the cutting up, I'm like, nope, my daughter's watching. I'm not playing. My self-love is through the roof. I have to move in such a way that if she ends up like a woman like me, I'd be proud. And I'd be so proud if she turns out like me. Oh man, because I know I'm doing my big one. Like it forces you to do your big one, like someone's watching you.
Yeah, no, for
someone
real.
is watching you
every step of the way.
Listen.
And when I talk to my kids and they tell me certain stuff, I'm like, wow, I'm raising them with some deep love, because some of the ways in which they express themselves, I'm like, I know it's because y'all are growing up in a home where love is very present, where intentional time is present, where you feel free to be yourself.
Yes.
You know, I'm like, they are just them.
Yes.
I don't even be mad sometimes when they tell me like stuff they don't like. I don't be mad.
At
I be
all.
like,
At all.
you can express yourself.
Express
Sometimes my mom
yourself.
be like, you gonna say that? Like, yeah, he's just expressing what he doesn't like. I'm happy he knows what he doesn't like.
I'm happy you know it's safe here to do that.
Exactly. So
It's so
I
safe
just
here.
feel like being a mom is like creating a safe, sacred space to explore, discover, uncover, and be in wonder about yourself, and be given certain tools and guidelines that help you develop. Like, I watch each of my children very intently, and I'm like watching them blossom and guiding them towards the ways of which I see that they feel self-directed towards, you know. And I got to see that because I'm also a homeschool mom. So they with me all the time, you know, and I love our relationship. You know, they're my people. They're really my little people. I love them.
That's what I call my daughter, little people. I call the
little
kids in my
people.
house little people, for sure.
What about you?
I would say that motherhood has taught me to love myself more, in the sense of, you know, there's the common thread of women or mothers lose themselves when they give birth or once they have their child. And for me, I know I was 21 when I first had my daughter. So I'm like, right now, some people are like, no, you gotta I'm not putting my kids first. I'm putting myself first in the perspective of, if I'm not taken care of, I can't show up the best for my children.
Come on.
So I have to put me first, period.
Absolutely.
And they're going to receive the best parts of me because of that. So my daughters have taught me to love myself more, so I can love them even
better.
You know?
Oh man,
Yes.
I 1,000% relate to that, because as someone who chose a career in entertainment, there was a lot of people like, oh, you pregnant now, it's over, on some Lauryn Hill to Zion, like, look at your career. But it's like, no, I'm gonna continue to choose my career and show my daughter what that looks like, so she can grow up and choose the things that she loves as well. And I always reiterate, you're a piece of my life. You're not my whole life. There's things that I've loved before I had you. Are you the most important thing in my world? Duh.
Yes.
But are you my whole world? Nah. And then we call that mommy time. When I have to go on tour and I do my shows and my poetry, she be mad, but she got to understand this is
They be
mommy's
so
time.
pressed.
Yes.
You could spend 23 hours
Listen,
with
I
them a
do
day. That
every
1
day.
hour, they gonna be like, dang, you don't
care about me no more.
I had to come
Like,
sneak out for
really?
this interview while she was asleep. I tell you that much. She would have been right on the couch. Like I was saying, she wants to be everywhere with me. She wants to be in my skin. So
that's my boys.
listen, no,
Yeah.
bye. I need a minute.
Which is so understandable why some women can lose themselves in motherhood, because women perceive that this is my world. And when I see that, because I have like a wide range of friends and family members, so once their child reaches a certain point where At some point, your child life was all about you. And it was like, okay, we're about each other. And then
they grow up.
They grow up.
They got friends. And then you looking like, oh, so you gonna leave me?
Right.
You become that mom that don't want them to go to college. You become that mom that don't want them to move away from home because you have not created a life for yourself outside of your kids. That's the worst thing you could do is make your kids feel guilty for you not building your own foundations. I can't be your life.
Come on.
Listen, you gotta do it for yourself. And I tell my daughter all the time, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna holler at you.
I definitely witnessed that with my eldest daughter. She'll be 14 this year. And I remember a time where she wanted to be up under me all the time. And now she don't want no parts of nobody in the house until she wants to be a part of everybody in the house. She just likes her own solitude time. And I'm just like, wow, you are spending time with yourself. It's like reframing, or you're isolating, or you're being antisocial. It's like, no, you are doing what a lot of women wait till they're in their 30s to discover that they need to do, which is spend time with themselves. You are learning to enjoy your own company now at this age. Like, go ahead, girl. Because you're going to know you when you step out the door.
Absolutely.
Because you're not submerged in everybody else. You're submerged in yourself. And that level of stewing and saturation within yourself is really going to take her so far. So I learned from them. I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was young, I just wanted to be up under everybody else. I wanted to always be with my friends and be outside, you know.
And they lead you in all kind of directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember asking my grandmother, what's the hardest era to raise? Is it like the baby, the kid's age? Is it the teenage age? Is it the adult age? And my aunties and them was like, it's the teenage age because you could raise your kid right, but then when they go off to school, their friends are the ones that's going to have more of an influence on them. But my grandmother interjected and said no, because eventually the teens always come back. They're going to deviate for them few years, but they're going to come back to how they was raised. That's just part of them teenage years. 14 to 17, put a helmet on and buckle down. But they eventually come back to how you taught them at 18, 19 when it's time to head off to college. My grandma said the hardest age to have a child is when your children are grown. Because there's nothing you can do but watch them. You have no more control, influence, input. Your kids is grown. She said, picture your baby. You got a baby, right? Picture her 25, 30, 35, making all the mistakes, going through life, crashing out, doing this and that. You can't do nothing because she's grown. That's the hardest age. And I was like...
That's real.
Now I'm just hanging on tight, like trying to do all the influential things I can do now. And then I repeat things to her, like, listen to mommy in your head. So when you get to 25, can't nobody else get in your head because mommy's in your head now telling you you're amazing and you're all of these things. My biggest fear, I don't want her to get to 25, 30. And then I'm like, I want to help my baby, but I got to let you make the mistakes. My grandma said that's her character development. And that's harder than watching them be misbehaving in teenage years. Because them teenage years, you know they still a dumb kid. When you're watching your kid make mistakes at 25, 30, that's when it gets real. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. She gonna have to live with me forever. Oh boy, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I'm actually excited. I think the most exciting part is knowing that I'm doing my best.
Yes.
They're 5 and 6, so I know what I'm instilling in them. Where I'm like, once they 25, they gonna be something.
They gonna be lit. But the saddest part is we've witnessed the most headstrong women lose themselves in men. And as a girl mom, it's just so petrifying because you can raise your daughter however you want. You can love her as much as you want. If she falls in love with a man that gets in her head, he might be louder in her head than you are. So I'm just like very mindful to have, like, please don't let nobody get to my baby.
And you know that what that does reminds me when my children, they'll be like say if they watch something that's not good for their mental, and they'll come and they're like, before they go to bed, like, this thing is in my head and I can't get it out. And I'm just like, you always have control over your mind. Your mind don't control you, you control it. So that same aspect of them understanding at this fundamental age that nobody can put nothing in your mind that you don't want to be there.
Amen.
So that's a very powerful lesson. So I hope all of y'all out there are listening and understanding that
I needed that today. Nobody can put nothing in your mind that you don't want in there. Go ahead and tell them. Come on, somebody. Testify.
Yes.
So,
Seriously.
I hope you all are taking away some very valuable lessons, tools,
Yes.
advice on your journey to becoming the best mother, the best person, the best human friend that you could possibly be.
Yeah.
How you feeling? How everybody feeling?
Good.
I'm feeling great. I'm thinking about my boys right now. Just in being a boy mom and having a girl, it's like I get to see the perspectives of both. I get to see it and be like, I wouldn't want anybody to see my boys and be like, oh, they're heartbreakers or they're players or, disrespecting them or only seeing them for $1. Wanting them to be seen for their depth, wanting them to be seen for their heart. And I never want anybody to tell them, like, don't cry, don't be weak. Like, I give all the space for my boys to share their emotions and then also be able to speak to them, know what they are. And my prayer for all of my kids is that they know and love themselves enough to get into healthy, balanced relationships and align things for themselves. So I was just thinking about that because I know both of y'all got girls, and I'm like, I know we're wanting our girls not to experience heartbreak, but I'm like also thinking about my boys. Like, I want them to not be seen as threats. I want them to be seen as the young guys and kings that they are, and how royal they are within just their mind and their heart and in their soul. So I feel like they're being a mother of boys, even though I healed a lot of my masculine perspective before them, they amplified it. Because I'm like, wow. Could never hate the masculine because I love y'all to no end, and I could never think certain things about the masculine because I would be unintentionally putting that onto them.
On your babies.
And I want when they're older now, okay, that girls could look back and be like, even if it didn't work, like your boys was very respectful.
I was about to say that's feminine influence.
Yeah.
Because even when we go and we talk about the men that have hurt us, you ever look at their moms and then they be nothing like women that have ever taught men to love women.
Very wounded.
Very wounded. Every man that has ever hurt me, I look at your mama and I go, I get it. I get it. This ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. So even the type of woman you are, you don't even have capacity to raise that type of man.
Yeah.
Because those type of men needed this type of mother.
Yeah.
And they didn't have access to it.
Yeah. I was just thinking the other day, like, I've been a counselor for like 10 years, a therapist. And so many of the men that I have counseled have shared that, like, the reason they show up the way that they do is because they have such debilitating relationships with their mother. And it's like, we as mothers, parents in general, have such a deep responsibility when we choose to have children. Like, we literally are their foundation of their belonging and love, and the way that they show up in the world has literally been what we gave and what we didn't give to them, what we shown and what we didn't show. So I just love that each of y'all are expressing things in which I know, like, your children are growing up in homes where they're gonna be beautiful imprints into the world. So shout outs to y'all, moms.
Shout out to us. Key,
I'm doing it wrong.
I think
What
it's
is
this
this?
one. Is it this
It's
one?
this, right?
I don't know.
Y'all be talking about me in the audience.
We sitting here like,
Right.
Key, so with you raising boys, right? How do you balance that? Okay, I'm going to give you the freedom to feel and to speak while also keeping the integrity of their masculinity, because, sometimes, and this is just social media or the world can think that a man could be too soft. So how do you balance that in your boys?
Well, I trust the men that are in their lives to show them masculinity. I'm not here to show them masculinity. But because I do understand emotional mastery, I can say, even as a woman, you shouldn't be drowned by your emotions. So when I'm talking to my boys, I'm also telling them that same thing too. Like, okay, I understand how you feel, but is there a solution? Is there something else that could have happened? Is there a way that you could have made this better? Or what did you learn about yourself so that you're not consumed by the emotions, which would make a person seem too soft or whatever, but that you have the capacity to handle certain things and then keep moving forward. So I never just leave them just collapsing, It's like, You can have your moment, but like, let's talk about it and let's talk through it and why you feel that way and what's coming up for you, so you have a deeper understanding about yourself. And I think that would prevent a person from victimizing themselves, because I think that's really what they're seeing is like a man becoming a victim. Because I don't think a man could be too soft when he knows his emotions. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're not connected to your emotions, you're literally cutting off a part of your own design that is created by spirit.
Yes.
You know, so it's like if you're not connected to that aspect of yourself, you're only a portion of who you are.
And I love that you said not just boys need to be taught emotional mastery, because as a girl mom, I get a lot of pushback when I'm posting these videos about teaching my daughter to control her emotions. You need to let her feel her feelings. I do. But if I don't teach her how to control them now, then guess what type of woman she's going to grow up into? The ones that are keying cars and breaking windows and crashing out because their mamas never sat them down at home and taught them tighten up and control that. She's a fire sign, so she can get very angry and she can get explosive. I have to teach her how to hone in on that energy and channel it into a healthier way. Nobody's thinking that you need to teach these girls things. The world keeps saying, like, you know, boys will be boys, but then that comes when boys is breaking shit, but then girls will be girls when the girls are throwing tantrums and crying. No, my girl will not be a girl in this world that men have to call and complain about. Please come get your daughter because she put a brick through something. I don't know. She gonna have it tightened up. Not saying be militant to where you don't cry, but don't let your feelings control you.
Yes.
And too many women operate off of letting our feelings control us. I felt this way, so I did that. No. Your feelings do not excuse you from accountability. Too many women are not being taught accountability. So when my 9-year-old, I'm teaching her accountability and emotional control and emotional regulation, because you're not gonna crash out on my watch. Look at what's happening. These women are just as out of control as these men. I can't do it. So because I'm seeing young that she has explosive tendency, I've been able to teach her like emotional control and mastery. I had to get her a punching bag.
That is excellent.
It's certain things she has to get the journal. She has to write things down. If we don't teach these stuff to our girls young, and we're only putting the emphasis on the boys to be better, then there's going to be a generation of better boys with crazy girls.
No, for real.
And I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. Nobody's going to be calling my phone in 20 years like, your daughter's crazy. No, absolutely not.
Do the same thing with my daughter. Not about to fall apart.
Nope. Tighten up. Tighten up. It's okay. Because I didn't get taught emotional control. I just was able to let my emotions consume me as a child. And that led to so much childhood depression. That led to suicide attempts. That led to a lot of heavy things because I had no way to even understand what was happening. It's just like we feel all of these things deeply. If no one's navigating these feelings, then what we doing with them? Letting them go everywhere and anywhere. And it's like, no, these are little passengers, and we have to make sure they get into where they need to go. So I be getting a lot of pushback. Let her cry. I do. But what's she crying for? Sometimes I'm going to ask. Sometimes I'm going to let her know that this is not worth the tears. Sometimes I'm going to let her know when she's overreacting. And it's almost as if you're not allowed to tell a woman when she's overreacting. You are overreacting. It's almost offensive when you say things like calm down. But no, you need to calm down. I'm going to talk to her just like that.
Regulate.
Pull it back. Regulate. You're overreacting. You're spiraling. And we push back on these as if it's minimizing the feelings. Feel the feelings. Feel them. But how you react to the feelings is where the conversation comes in.
Exactly. That's where the guidance comes in.
That's where the guidance comes in.
My one piece of advice I always tell my daughters is breathe.
Yes, we do
Just
breathing
breathe.
exercises.
Breathe.
I tell her,
you know,
if I control my breathing, I can control my temper. If I control my breathing, I can control my temper. And we say that to each other till she calms down. And then when she finished breathing and smelling the flowers and blowing out the candles, then she's back calm. But if she don't calm down, then nothing is going to be handled well. And I'm witnessing, like, where you get this from? Because I'm a calm person. She'd be like, yo, relax, please. Don't, like, I could see her going, Lisa left eye on somebody's house. Like, I'm nervous. I'm working on it now, though.
Good job, Mom. Good job to both of y'all.
It's a journey.
So one of the things I did learn about you from doing my research is you have dealt with mental health and forms of depression. if you don't mind sharing, what was, let's say, your last mental breakdown that you had?
See, the hard part about depression, it gives you memory loss. So sometimes I can't even remember. As close as I can remember, I want to say earlier this year, I was geared up to do a show out here, actually. I had all my money tied up in business ventures like tours and books and all of the things as a creative. I'm sure y'all know that once you set to do a project, you got to pay for all of that out of pocket. So I had all my money tied up in creative business ventures that are coming out soon. And I had a show that was coming up that was going to pay my rent for the month. And at the last minute, I was taken off the show. And I was like, okay, I hear you. But now I don't know how I'm going to pay this rent. And I sat in the house for a week, and I laid on the couch for a week, and I was sad, and I started to spiral. But luckily, I go to therapy every Monday. So I talked to my therapist about it. Like, I don't know what I'm about to financially do. Like, this kind of set me back because all my money is tied up in other stuff, and I don't want to get an eviction. I can't move Nala again. Like, it started all happening all at once by that one move to remove me from the show. And then I had a conversation with a few of my friends, and they was like, Kara, moving forward, don't allow nobody to book you for a show to where they can control your finances in that way. You need to make sure that you are responsible for your booking. So I've been on tour since April to make sure that nobody can take me off a show again. These is my shows. I've done a little collaborations here and there, but if you see anything, I've been on tour since April because I can't let nobody have that type of power over me. I can't let you tell me if I'm getting paid or if I'm not getting paid. I got a kid.
Yeah.
But that was the last time that I could remember really struggling mentally because there's nothing scarier than not knowing how you're about to take care of your child. Like, damn, you're not even thinking about that. This ain't even what you're doing to me. I got somebody dependent on me. It was a scary feeling going, I had everything in order, but by this one decision, now everything is out of control. I don't know what I'm about to do. And that scary feeling of I don't know what I'm about to do always kind of messes with me mentally because I'm the only one that can cover for me. Like, I'm a single mom. I have nobody to pass the baton to. But yeah, from then on, I've been in a better mental space because I've been in control of my finances.
That's actually reminded me of, I went out to dinner with a few women, and half of us was entrepreneurs and the others had it employed. And we were talking about our experience as entrepreneurs, you know, like we are dependent on other people's payments, and they were holding their breath with the anxiety of like, I could not do that.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. You know, people don't even realize just how, like, when you see an entrepreneur, you see somebody that works for themselves, when they are creative and they're getting booked for things, like, know that they really love what they're doing. Know that they put their whole heart and soul behind what it is that they're doing, because there can be moments like that until we figure out the ways to make sure that streams are always coming in.
Yes.
So I was definitely thinking about, like, man.
And oftentimes, you know, we when we speak about therapy in the community, we talk about like, okay, this is the pros about therapy. From your experience with it, what is the hardest part about it?
Therapy? I want to say the hardest part about therapy for me has always been not omitting. Because I feel like with your friends and family and loved ones, you don't always have to tell them the whole story. You can tell them the parts that you want to know, that you want to share, that you're comfortable letting them know. Sometimes you might tell them nothing about a situation. But I felt like as I was going into therapy, it would be a disservice to myself to not just completely be vulnerable. It would be a disservice to myself to omit any single detail. So the hardest part for me has just always been having to say the most embarrassing parts of the stories to my therapist. I can't leave no detail out. Even if I start biting my nails like I don't want to tell you this, that means I got to tell you this more. Because that's something that I'm not trying to face, that you have to help me face. So therapy has been like the deepest mirror, because it would be pointless for me to sign up to do therapy and not be completely vulnerable in it. So I've been having to say so many of the quiet parts out loud. So many of the quiet parts out loud. And it's been a growing journey. it gets embarrassing sometimes, the things that I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I don't tell you this, then I'm cheating myself out of what you can teach me by me sharing this with you. So I've just been having to be more exposed than I've ever been in my life. My therapist is the only person that I have to tell every single private detail. Like, I have to tell you this. I have to.
Yeah.
You get the best out of it when you do.
It's like, if I'm not going to do that, then why am I here? You know, like, why am I here if I'm going to give you this part of the story and not tell you all of it? Like, therapy, having to tell the whole story, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, because I be wanting to know what they said and how did you feel when they said it. I want to know all the details because all the parts help
matter.
to support. It really does matter. So that's good. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you ever left the therapy session angry?
No. I've started some angry, and my therapist, she's like my accountability partner, I'll say, because everything that I started my session angry about, she's been teaching me how I've played my part. Like, you mad at them, be mad at you. And she's been teaching me how it always comes back to me. And then once you look at every single thing that you go through, it's something that you've played a part in.
Absolutely.
That anger turns to apologies. Because it's like, damn, I'm sorry I did this to you. That anger that I was so ready to give the next person, instead of me giving myself, I'm sitting there questioning, why did I do that to me? So I've started some sessions angry and left very sad and reflective. Like, I got to get it together. Because, I'll be, because this person did it, and she'll be like, she'll let you go. She'll let you go for a while and be like, One thing she told me in my session a few weeks ago, I was crying about this man, talking about all the things that he does. And he did this and he did that. And I'm sad, I'm crying, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, moving forward, we're no longer even going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about why he's doing the things that he's doing. Let's talk about why you keep staying. Let's talk about why you know he has capacity to do these things, but this is what you're continuing to choose for yourself. Let's unpack the part you play, because we can't determine his emotions. I'm not his therapist. I'm your therapist. So I can help you control your part in this. You can never control somebody else's part in this. This is your part. What are you going to do? Forget what he's done and what he's doing. What are you going to do with what he's done? And that's just like a mirror holding up to you. Like, do you see yourself?
Right.
But it's powerful. I encourage everybody to go to therapy. Because that's something that I couldn't do for myself. And even in my friend groups, I get to crying and complaining and vent, and they like, yeah, girl, fuck him. And my therapist is like, yeah, sure, but what about you?
Yeah.
What about the part that you're playing in that?
Yeah.
So none of my friends will really say that to me in that way, you know?
As a therapist, I say to my friends, what part of me do you want? Do you want therapist me? Do you want sis me? Because they're going to respond differently.
Right.
Because as a friend, you do want to validate your friend's feelings in the moment. But you do also want to have that reflection or that mirror back, or the tools and activities to like actually address what it is that you got going on.
Yes. Like, all right.
Yeah.
You want advice or you want to vent? Like, you want the hug or you want the help? It'd be real. But I went and traded.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. That just makes me think about, no matter what, you have to be in control of yourself.
At all times.
If you always have to like mirror yourself back at you can't try to point the finger at nobody else, no matter what.
I was so good for that before therapy.
Yeah.
Talking about all of the things people have done. And it's like, okay, why do you think they're doing it to you? Talking about all of the ways that people hurt me. And it's like, okay, somebody only hurt you once. The second time, that was on you. Why do you think you let them hurt you more than once? And it's been powerful to have these hard reflections. That's been the hardest part of therapy. That's been the hardest part for sure.
Wow, this was such an amazing episode.
Yes,
I'm like super thankful. I feel like after every episode, I'm like, okay, that was my favorite one. Okay. So this one right here has been a really good, powerful conversation. And I'm so thankful to be able to sit next to you, to get to know you, your story. And
Thank y'all for having me.
yes.
Yeah, you really have given us some words that will stick around for a long time.
I'm excited.
I know some people in their seats at home shouting like, yes, we on it.
How she in
Mic
my
drop.
business? That's what
Right.
people always tell me. Like, you be in my
How she-
business.
Hitting some rewind. Somebody said, pull up.
Yes. I'm so glad. Thank you for inviting me on. This is an
Yes.
amazing space to be in. I love being a Black woman. So whenever I get to sit down and talk to us.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Before we get out of here, can you let the people know how can they support you? I know as an artist, you know, it's like streams or views. So how can the people show up for you that it benefits you financially? And let the people know where they can find all of your information.
Okay. So support is financial, but support is also free. And I don't think you guys realize how supportive it is to follow your favorite artists. The following equates to the reach. I'm able to do what I'm able to do throughout the country because y'all choose to follow me. Anybody can go viral and have hundreds of thousands of views, but to have hundreds of thousands of following, that's powerful, and I appreciate everybody. So if you ever want to support me, a follow is free. On Instagram, it's all things Kara J, all things KRRAJ, or I am Kara J. That's where you can find all my quotes and tweets and memes. I have 2 pages. On TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, it's I am Kara J as well.
Perfect.
Yes. Tell them where they can find your books too.
Oh, on my website, you could find, I believe, all 5 of them, if not 3 of them, on my website, allthingskaraj.com. And then my children's book and my very first book are both on Amazon as well. Just type in Kara J and I'm going to pop up.
Perfect.
Yes, and I hope you all out there just really took something away from today's conversation. Let us know in the comments, what did you think? Did anything come up for you that you related with? Was there anything that you would like to share? We would love to hear from you.
This was holistic for sure.
It was holistic. Thank y'all for tuning in again. We appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments, all the likes, all the reflections. We pray that today was very insightful for you as it was for us, and it was powerful for you as it was for us, and that you would go home after this video and go look in the mirror and say, how can I show up more for me?
Yes.
Come on, accountability is power.
What role am I playing in my own
What
suffering?
role? Yes.
The minute you ask yourself that question, everything starts to change.
Yes, Ashe.
Yeah, so see you all on the next episode. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.